Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Futures are down this morning. There's some inflation report came around 8:30 a.m. Eastern, but still, that inflation report was not enough to make it green. So we are bouncing, coming closer to this green lines buy zone. Had a 1% downwards move, and now we are going higher. So we'll see how far it goes. You can see similar story on S&P 500. It was down 1% and now trying to go higher. This is Dow Jones was down 1.49%. Russell is pretty strong after almost 1% dump going higher. Bitcoin came to the green buy zone, had a drop of 2%, then a pump of 0.5%, then 0.7%, now already in the pump of more than 1%. So Bitcoin is looking good. Again, if it comes back to this buy zone area, look to buy again here. And let's review all the other charts and all the other indices, guys. Please hit the like button. I would really appreciate. And if you want to know more about these levels, join my Discord channel. Subscribe. There's a join button in the description. And then I share stocks I buy and the levels for all of these indices and Bitcoin. So let's go and see how things are. This is before I go to point of control chart, let's look at long-term target, and we'll start with MES. This is MES chart. You can see here target 6440 from where we are right now to the year end, looking for another, like, let's say 9.5% pump. So this is the area. So we do touch red line in a bull market. So keep an eye on that. And let's look at a point of control chart on MES S&P 500. So we are developing point of control somewhere here around 5900, 5896. If they want to dump, there's support around 5845 as well. And on the left side, when they're pumping, then let's see where we could go. We have point of control around 5960, 5977, and then around 6000. So let's keep that in our mind. And let's look at daily chart and see how things are going. This is S&P 500 cycle analysis. We had an indecision candle yesterday. Okay, a doji, because bulls and bears were not sure where the price will go. So they had indecision candle. It was closed 0.1% flat almost. And today will be decision day. And this is live market. And we are going down. Is the decision made to go down and fill some of these gaps? That's quite possible, guys. That's quite possible. But again, before we go there, there's support on this blue line, which is 200 simple moving average. Even if we get dump, we'll find support there. Inversely, this could be a trap, and we could go green. Okay, if we go green, then this was a trap, and we're going higher. Going back to SPX, there is still a gap around 6131.91. Sorry, 6136.03, which from here almost 4% away, and that will be new all-time high. Okay, so they could be going to a new all-time high, and then they can come back later. So keep that in mind as well. So we don't know which way it's going to go. We can either go lower, fill this gap, then go higher, or we can go higher first and then come back later to fill this gap. We can go lower, then go higher, or we can go higher, follow this blue line, fill this gap, and then come back later to go lower. Regardless of which way we go, both of these gaps should be filled. We just don't know when they're going to be filled. All right. Okay. This is SPY. Same thing here. Gap here, gap up. Triple Qs. No gaps at the bottom, guys. On the top. But we are entering a range. This is Nasdaq. We entered a range, and again, we could go little lower and fill this gap around 507.69, or we can keep going higher to the top of this range and pop out, make a new high, and then come back later. All right. So we could like keep going higher, pop out here, and then come back later. Okay. So that's also quite possible. So keep that in mind. This is Nasdaq chart, similar story. Dow Jones a little weaker. Dow Jones is mainly down because of UNH. It's again down today, 7.5% pre-market. Department of Justice investigating. There's some news going on, so it's still down. Again, IWM here is positive, but again, bigger gap here right at the bottom, so they could be looking to fill that gap. So we'll see which way it goes. A lot will depend on NVIDIA. We'll talk later, but let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin again flagging. Nothing changed since yesterday. I told you it's just flagging. So there are two scenarios. This flag, it will still find support and then break out, or they could do a deeper pullback, and then go higher. Now there is a pullback. If they do, there's a gap around 97,000. There's a gap around 91,900. So keep both in mind. A deeper pullback will be something like this, or a deeper pullback will be like this. But eventually, whichever way we go, we're probably going hitting new all-time high. So keep that in mind. All right, NVIDIA. This is what's going to hold or break market. Earnings are coming 28th of May. So I don't think they're going to do much dump until earnings. So probably it's going to go probably hit new all-time high. This is also entering a range here. You can see here this range. So they could take it to the top of the range, to be honest, 150s. So from where we are right now, where we closed yesterday to the top, is about 13%, 12% away, which is not like a big deal for NVIDIA. When it moves, it moves. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's keep moving and seeing the stocks. Tesla was also similar to NVIDIA, just going straight up. You can see it has tendency to usually go straight up, blow off top look. So let's see how far it can go. It could come back to fill this gap around 335. That could be good buy, or it could come all the way down to 299. On the other side, it's going to 388 and 402. Apple is down pre-market 1%, not sure what's going on. I think something with Trump asking Tim Cook, CEO, to not build in India phones, build in US, which will be more expensive, but anyhow. So it's right at support right now, okay? On the worst side, they could fill this gap around to 198 and then go higher, or this is it and they're going higher. Other than that, my Google is interesting, made a new high slightly yesterday, but still did not close above that. So let's see if it continues there. And what else is interesting? Amazon is already at massive gap up. AVGO is down slightly. Maybe we'll try to flag here and then go higher. We'll keep an eye on that. Toronto Stock Exchange new highs, nothing to say here. Hang Seng Index, a pullback and fill this around 22,763 and then go higher. Bond market, not sure what's going on, pretty weak, but got a 7 counts buy signal yesterday. So we could be finally making a bottom. We'll keep an eye on this. TLT, there are no gaps to the downside, multiple gaps to the upside. Commodities, oil got rejected again where it was supposed to get rejected. You can see here, this is a multi-year resistance which was acting as support multi-year, so it's not going to be like easy for oil to just break out. It has to test this resistance multiple times. So again, break down here. Natural gas also weak. Gold is kind of flat, holding above these red and yellow lines, 50 moving average. Let's see if it breaks out, but I think it's going to break down and go towards 2775 in my opinion. 12% down, that will be good area. You can see this gap here. It could be coming there. Silver will follow gold. Copper will also follow gold. Wheat, sorry, this is sugar, is in a nice area. This is a buy area, green area. So it is, you got to be patient. Wheat is trying to recover this trend line again. Every time it breaks down, it tries to recover. Corn also finding support on this blue line, which is 200 EMA. Dollar in a support area. This is the box where dollar could find support and bounce. So keep an eye on that. AMD up after I think 6 billion cashback. That's what they're doing. A buyback. Sorry, they're doing 6 billion buyback, and stock is up 4.68%. Little down right now. SMCI was up 15% yesterday. Looks like they're getting ready for another blow off top. This is like a pattern on this stock, so we'll see. Shopify was up, looking good. All these growth stocks are like pumping. Palantir is new high. So looking good, all these ones. UNH, this is the one I want to talk about. If you go to monthly chart, you can see here, this whole area is nice support. So it could go like 270s. It could go a little lower. 240. So this is a area should slowly start to accumulate. I think this is a good area you should be looking to buy UNH. But wait for price action to settle down. MicroStrategy trying to make a new high. Look, if it fills this gap around 393, look to buy the dip. So that could be very good. Other than that, CNQ was little down. Maybe today looks like they will fill this gap around 30.56. But yeah, that's about it. We'll see. Today we're going to be interesting session. We have indecision candle on S&P 500. If decision is down, then we're going a little lower. If this is a fake out, then we're going higher. We'll wait and watch. VIX finally getting another 7 count SPY signal, which I don't like. VIX getting 7-8 because every time it gets that 7 counts, boom, 789 boom, 789 boom. So this is like a very accurate signal on VIX. So if they bounce, they can fill this gap at 21, 30, 34, 37. If that starts happening, then we're getting a bigger pullback to fill some of these gaps on weekly charts. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button on your way out. And if there are any particular stocks you want me to review, click put a comment in the description of this video. I'll review it. Bye.